Hello everyone and welcome to Daria Draws. Today I'm making a completely improvised artwork which I have not planned, I have not sketched, so whatever you're seeing is pure improvisation and let's get to it. All I knew about the painting is that I wanted to be a figure, and I already toned it with a very dark color, so I wanted the other colors and shades to match that. So more of muted tones with a little bit of red were just up my alley. I wanted to completely let go and let my hand do whatever it wanted to do and just not really think too much, because that's how most of the good pieces that I do happen. They're very much expressive, improvised, and impulsive. Also, since I'm doing things kind of backwards, I decided that I want the composition to not be complementary to the canons that are usually implemented. So you will see a lot of rule breaking in this art piece. By this stage, I decided that I want the girl to be underwater and hence the swimming suit. So she's kind of struggling in the deep waters and trying to kind of get out to the surface. Now I'm just carving out the shape of the body a little more. That's why I need a more contrasting background so that the body can stand out against it a little better. I wanted the painting to have meaning, and I think the most important thing is the way it was done and not even the end result, just because it is called out of control, and I really did lose my control here. And of course I did switch on my head towards the end of the process to kind of finalize and make everything look very cohesive. But I also wanted to kind of just let go a little bit more. Even though the scene is set underwater, I still wanted to have some bright accent that would grab the viewer's attention, so the red swimming suit seemed like a great idea. And of course I can add a little bit of red in the body just to make it a little more alive and not so stiff. And just for the fun of it, I turned the painting upside down, and this is the composition that is going to be until the very end. And I did that because it felt kind of interesting how she's now tumbling down into the deeper waters, and I think that kind of just adds to the mood overall. There is also now this kind of contrast, how she's falling down and the fish are swimming upwards. So that is also kind of a different dynamic in one painting. Now, even though the water is deep and dark, I still wanted to give it more movement and just add to that dynamic. And that's why the waves are kind of going around her in different shades of blue. Here I'm not using my usual flesh tones that are very warm and summery, but rather I switched to a cooler palette, but I still wanted to have some details in the body, especially the legs, the foot, and the arm, which are, you know, the limbs that are trying to actually propel the body to the surface of the water. Also, I really like maintaining the soft edges in this painting just to show that the water is all around the body. So once the layer dried up, I went in with, of course, my semi-transparent layer or the glazing, and this time I used this kind of dark blue to match the overall mood, and I think browns would just look very, very disturbing in this artwork. Here I'm using a little bit more of a smaller brush just to have that breakage of the color and have each stroke show individually. I feel like that adds to the effect of some sun rays still reaching to the bottom of that ocean. I wanted to exaggerate and make the muscles look extra tense, just to kind of convey that message that she's kind of still, but still trying to move. As a few finishing touches, I went back in to redefine the hand a little bit, give her some nice knuckles and just make it look a little more realistic with a touch of orange, just to make it look a little more alive, I guess, and to show that it's actual skin. So here's the end of the experiment of me just letting go and not controlling my own art piece and seeing where it takes me on its own. I think the result is pretty interesting. It's very different from what I usually do, from colors to composition to the overall message. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That's what helps it grow, and especially if you want to see more content from me, that's where you'll find it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.